My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/campaign to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold! Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
This episode is brought to you by Opel, the first over-the-counter daily birth control pill available in the U.S. Opel is FDA approved, full prescription strength and estrogen-free. Plus, there's no prescription needed. Finally, the days of needing a prescription for birth control are over. Opel is available online and at most major retailers. Take control of your health and reproductive journey with Opel. Birth control in your control. Use code BIRTHCONTROL for 25% off your first month of Opel at opel.com.
This year, Santa's bringing the power of Energizer into his workshop.
Whoa, the Energizer Bunny's got so much power.
Wait, he's powered up all the toys. I think that means we're done for the year.
I love this bunny.
He's the hardest working helper the North Pole has ever seen. And he wants all your gifts to have the power of the #1 longest lasting AA battery. So this holiday season, stock up on Santa's and the elves' favorite battery, Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest 10-minute or less Eagles podcast covering news, notes, and opinions about your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pinpoint Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stifle. You can find me on all social media platforms at Bearded Knowledge and hosting Trending in the AM Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9:30. And guys, just wait for it. Did you hear that sound? That's the Eagles taking over first place in the NFC East after their commanding 34. Commanding's not a good enough word. Dominating 34-6 victory over the Dallas Cowboys. And pairing that with the Washington Commanders losing late to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday as well. And your Philadelphia Eagles. All the criticism, all the problems that we've had this year. The fire, Nick Sirianni's, the Jalen Hurts aren't good enough. And your Philadelphia Eagles are now 7-2. Sitting atop the NFC East. And we got a lot to dive into all week. We got a short week with a Thursday night football game against Washington. But this is your Overreaction Monday Eagles Checkdown. We're gonna overreact a little bit. We're just gonna break it down. What did we see on Sunday? And it was a dominating performance by the Eagles offense and the Eagles defense. First with the offense. Jalen Hurts had another commanding game, 14-20, 202 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. He did fumble the ball. He was sacked 5 times, which was concerning. He did another 115 quarterback rating. I believe that's the 5th or 6th week in a row of an over 100 quarterback rating for Jalen Hurts. 2 amazing throws to Dallas Goedert and Johnny Wilson for touchdown catches, stepping up in pressure. The Eagles were able to get Jalen Hurts and most of the starters out after the third quarter. Obviously, that means Kenny Pickett got in there. Saquon Barkley running the football, fairly dominant again. Nothing flashy. 14 carries, 66 yards, 4.7 yards per carry. The key thing was he was able to only touch the ball 15 times, having one catch, so 15 touches for him. Great to limit his workload on the short week. Jalen Hurts ran the ball effectively again. A.J. Brown, great catches again, 5 catches, 109 yards. You know, everybody got involved all over the field offensively speaking. Yes, the Eagles haters, the Jalen Hurts haters will talk about Jalen Hurts' 2 turnovers, the interception and the fumble. The fumble was a bad one. There ain't no doubt about it. Pressure came. He was holding the ball too loosely, and it was poked out. Luckily, it did not affect the game. You know, they were able to hold the Cowboys to 3 on that short field. The interception was just a really great play by Diggs, the cornerback of the Dallas Cowboys, who makes plays like that on the regular. Defensively speaking is where it was excellent for the Eagles. There's a lot of guys stood out. Zach Bond had an excellent game, as always. Again, pretty typical for Zach Bond. Come on, Howie. Can we pay this guy every week? You do not give an extension to Zach Bond. That price tag keeps going up. Nakobe Dean sneakily with 6 tackles on the game, had a great game. He was all over the field, made multiple big open field tackles. Jalen Carter's always had a big game, disrupting plays, batting balls down. He had a half a sack in the game. The other half a sack went to Brandon Graham on that. Bryce Huff got a sack. I think it was a strip sack technically there. So they had 3 sacks on the game. Also Milton Williams with a sack. I just want to shout out Nakobe Dean specifically on defense. Cooper DeJean, Quinion Mitchell played well as always. Again, like I said, Bryce Huff had a game. Jelix Hunt was out there. He even got some before the backups went in. Jelix Hunt got snaps. He batted a ball that was almost intercepted by, I want to say it was Nakobe Dean almost had the interception on the Jelix Hunt batted ball earlier in the game. So it was great to see Nick Sirianni compliment the work Jelix Hunt's been putting in practice and then get a chance in the game and make plays when that moment called. It's pretty simple in the NFL. You win the turnover battle, you win time of possession, most times you win the football game. The Eagles had 5 turnovers they created versus the Cowboys only creating 2 turnovers. Check mark there. The Eagles had 7 more minutes of offense approximately. Possession, check mark. The Eagles win the football game. I mean, there were so many good things that came out of this game. We came out of it without any new injuries or any extended injuries or re-injuries. And Darius Slay looked a little banged up early in the game. It is what it is. Saquon Barkley looked like he banged up his arm a little bit on the fumble from Jalen Hurts, but he came back out in the second half. Luckily, we did not need him much, which is very, very big. Look, it's a combination of the Eagles looking fantastic today and doing their job. It's a second thing that also Dallas, without Dak Prescott, well, even with Dak Prescott, without Dak Prescott, looked terrible today. I would be shocked if McCarthy isn't fired as their head coach in this upcoming week. Cooper Rush is just dreadful. That 5-1 number we kept being told that he was as a starter is just so fugazi because with CeeDee Lamb, with the team they had, it was a pretty pathetic performance from their offense, straight up. Their defense did perform well. They were able to get after Jalen Hurts, obviously with multiple sacks from multiple people. Micah Parsons, his first game back after about 4 weeks of being injured, and he wreaked havoc in the backfield. The Eagles they only have 1 practice this week, basically Tuesday. They're going to have a day off on Monday. They're going to get in really late tonight or really late Sunday night, Monday morning. They'll have the day off on Monday. They'll have a practice Tuesday, a walk through Wednesday, then boom, game time Thursday. But, they're going to have to find a way to clean up the offensive line because it's been a problem, pass protection. Some of it is Jalen Hurts holding the ball too long, but some of it is they're just giving up straight, Fred Johnson just, giving up plays, and same thing with the pretty much all across the offensive line. So we're going to want to see them clean that up next week because Washington's got a great defense, great defensive front. And while Washington lost to Pittsburgh on Sunday, they're still fighting. And Thursday Night Football is still for control of the NFC East. If the Eagles can get a win on Thursday Night Football, that just gives them a full game and a half cushion versus just flip-flopping and bouncing back and forth for first place. So it's going to be a very crucial battle. So the number one thing going into this week is to see how the Eagles and Jeff Stoutland and Stoutland U clean up the offensive line. And, maybe we get an update on when, still a few more weeks, but when Jordan Mailata might be coming back for this team. Other standouts, other names I want to throw out there. Obviously, Jahan Dotson had a nice catch, another big nice catch for a first down today. It was nice to see that right there for sure. Johnny Wilson getting his first touchdown catch and not getting called for a penalty, like he has a few other times this year. It was great to see Cooper DeJean with a great punt return to set up a big scoring drive for the Eagles was another great play. Something I haven't noticed other teams doing, but the Cowboys tended to try to kick off and have the Eagles return kicks, instead of just the touchbacks. Will Shipley seemed to have a really solid grasp on returning those kicks today. I was shocked that he didn't break one, actually, the few opportunities he had. So that's something to watch moving forward. But all in all, this was an excellent win for the Eagles, 34-6 over the Dallas Cowboys. And whenever you can go out there into Dallas, the first time we've won in Dallas since 2017, I believe. What happened in 2017? I think the Eagles might have won a big game that year later on in the season. I'm not sure. My memory's a little hazy. But anytime you go into Dallas and beat Dallas handily and pretty much put the stamp on their season, 3-6 not end of the season, but all intents and purposes with Dak out for the year and everything that's going on there, Dallas' season's over now. I mean, that's a win. Win. So everything great going forward for the Eagles. We'll be back Tuesday with another episode. We'll get a little bit more information, a little bit more thoughts on this game, a little bit more, less overreaction, more details on the Eagles' big victory, and a quick turnaround to a quick preview to go up against Washington. But again, guys, this is the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is. News, notes, and opinions right here on the Eagles Pinball Podcast Network. I'm Phil Stiefel, at Beard of Knowledge on all social media platforms, and I implore you to find the STT Sports Network YouTube page and click subscribe. I linked it down below, trending in the AM Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9:30. It's my morning show, a little bit more detailed than this short one here. I'd greatly appreciate you all, guys, coming, finding me, copy and paste it from down below, and join the show, guys. With that being said, guys, it's real simple. It's go frickin' birds. And bubbles up to you.
Blinds.com is kicking off the savings early with Black Friday mega deals all month long. A Blinds.com design expert can help you make the perfect selection on your schedule. We can even handle everything from measure to your whole home install for just one low cost. With over 25 million windows covered, Blinds.com is the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings. Get up to 45% off site-wide, plus premium doorbusters and a free professional measure. Now at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
This episode is brought to you by Etsy.
Oh.
Hear that?
Okay. Thank you.
Etsy knows these aren't the sounds of holiday gifting. Well, not the ones you're hoping for. You want squeals of delight. Happy tears.
How did you?
And spontaneously written songs of joy.
I am so happy. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, the song needs a bit of work, but anyway, to get those reactions, make sure everyone on your list feels heard with handmade, handpicked, and designed gifts from small shops on Etsy. Gifts like personalized jewelry, custom artwork, cozy style items, vintage pieces, and home decor to celebrate all of your favorite people and their specific kind of special. For original gifts that say, I get you, Etsy has it.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. From the co-director of Shrek and the visionary behind Toy Story comes Spellbound, a magical new animated adventure starring Rachel Zegler, John Lithgow, Jennifer Lewis, Nathan Lane, and Titus Burgess with Javier Bardem and Nicole Kidman. When a powerful spell turns her parents into monsters, Princess Elian must journey into the wild to reverse the curse before it's too late. Watch Spellbound only on Netflix November 22nd.
At New Balance, we believe if you run, you're a runner. However you choose to do it. Because when you're not worried about doing things the right way, you're free to discover your way. Come and be a winner. And that's what running's all about. Run your way at newbalance.com/running.